Is the District of Columbia more dangerous during your tenure?
Congresswoman, as you have heard, we have experienced over the last 10 years decreases in violent crime, all categories of crime. You also heard me talk about in my testimony, especially in the last 3 years, being very concerned.
What about since last year, Mayor?
What about it?
Is it more dangerous this year than it was last year?
I'm going to ask the chief to give you the
I'm asking,
data.
Mayor, because I see that crime is up 27%. That doesn't sound like a decrease to me. Violent crime is up 13%. And in 2020 and 2021, the city recorded more than 200 homicides in consecutive years for the first time in 20 years. So is Washington, D.C. more dangerous now that you're in office?
The nation is more dangerous with more guns and more violent
We're
crime.
talking about Washington, D.C. here, and we have also seen that the police budget has been cut, $15 million in 2020, Mayor. Do you think that this contributes to an increase in crime?
I think a lot of things have contributed to increases in crime across the country.
What about in Washington, D.C.? Do you think that the $15 million budget cut to MPD in 2020 caused an increase in crime here in the District of Columbia?
I think that we need to have 4,000 police officers over the course of the last several years.
So you want more police officers?
Yes.
Well, in the past, you've hired on average 300 new police officers each year, but in 2022, you hired 103. That's 200 less, and now you're advocating for more police officers after cutting their budget and hiring 200 less police officers.
I've advocated for more police every day as mayor of the District of Columbia. When I became mayor, we were facing a retirement bubble, and we set a course at that time for hiring and retention.
So do you believe that Washington, D.C. would be safer and more secure if you hired more police officers rather than decreasing the number of recruitment by 200?
We're not decreasing recruitment, but we are facing, as cities in police departments around the country, less interest in joining police departments.
Why do you think that is? Do you think that our police officers have been demonized because of the rhetoric that is flowing from this city and many other cities across our nation?
I think that policing is a tough job.
I would agree.
It's a job that has grown tougher over the years, and I think that—
Particularly, when do you think it became more tough? Maybe when they were attacked for doing their jobs, protecting citizens? When they lost their funding?
Congressman, if I'm allowed to speak, I'll
Yes, ma'am.
answer you, but I'm not going to talk over you. And so it has been my experience in the last 8 years that we have had to use more incentives, and we have investigated and researched what it's going to take to attract young people to come into policing. One thing that we have done in the district, for example, is to create a police academy that we're very proud of. Chief Conte, in fact, joined the police academy when he was 17 years old and rose through the ranks to be chief of police.
I don't need to hear about childhood issues here.
Well,
So Lauren Boebert did a great job grilling and pressing Muriel Bowser, the mayor of Washington, D.C., about why her priorities don't seem to align with actually fixing violent crime in the city and homicide, theft, serious issues that are plaguing Washington, D.C. I know because I live there. And instead, she seems to be fixated on these woke policies and doing things that are definitely not going to be helping the city of Washington, D.C. and its residents, like defunding the police. I think that the way that Lauren Boebert reamed out Muriel Bowser this is the wake-up call that all Democrat mayors across the country who are running cities that are decaying, like Chicago, Baltimore, Detroit, they need to hear this, and they need to have better answers for these questions than the ones Muriel Bowser gave here. I think she should be ashamed of herself. This is a disgrace, the fact that she can't answer these basic questions and actually have her priorities aligned with the true interest of the people of Washington, D.C. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching.